Hey everyone, what is going on? My name is Curtis Brooks, and this is Brand Talk with Curtis. We have actually had this podcast for some time now and have really not been able to get back to it as I would like to have, but I'm back now with a brand new episode. Today we're going to be talking about how to define your target audience. Well, first we're going to start off with the question, who or what is my target audience? And in my research, I have decided to really dig down into this target audience bit because we have so many newcomers to the entrepreneurship kind of thinking or individuals who are wanting to start their business. So this is pretty new to a lot of people. And even for those individuals who are seasoned and still don't have a grip or idea who their target audience is, we're going to dive into that. One, first and foremost, it is absolutely important to know your target audience. I have had to learn this the hard way and through many bumps and bruises and headaches, if you will, and trying to essentially sell to everybody and only to find out that everyone didn't want my product. Not only that, my product was not for everybody. In fact, at the development of this product or creation of this idea, it really wasn't for everybody. But I figured that my idea was so great that everyone would love it and I could make a bunch of money. In reality, I was wrong. It's more like that I needed to really get a grip on what I wanted to do with this product. I needed to get a grip on reality, essentially. And being realistic as a brand new entrepreneur, I desperately needed that. But again, as a brand new entrepreneur, I had an idea that this product was going to be wonderful and everybody's going to want it and I'm going to become rich and be able to do the things I wanted to do. But boy, was I wrong. I had to come into a deeper understanding, much like we're going to get into defining our target audience. We have to define it. And as we define it, we're going to ask ourselves two questions: who and what? Who and what is my target audience? Who defines for me a segment or group. It's not much detail, but for instance, doctors, lawyers, dentists, that's my who. It's almost as if someone is asking you a question: who is your favorite baseball team? Not what is your favorite baseball team, but who is your favorite baseball team? I like the Cubs. I like the White Sox. I like the Dodgers. And obviously, they can answer that different ways, but it gives a particular object or defines a subject. I like baseball. I like football. I like cooking. I like hiking. So the who essentially defines a object or a subject matter. Now, the what part of a question is really the detail. What is it that you like about this particular baseball player or baseball team? What is your plan? Not who is your plan, but what is your plan? What actually defines it? What is a question when asked of us? People want to know the details. They want us to build this up, if you will. And many times, as entrepreneurs, and even again, seasoned business owners, we have yet to understand who and what is our target audience. The ongoing thing right now is ads, Facebook ads. Facebook touts that there are more than 2 billion active users, whether that's true or not. 2 billion people, that is a lot of people. That's a small village, but more than a small village, actually bigger than some countries, if you will. Here's my point. In order to grab hold of that objective that you're wanting to meet, to accomplish that, we are going to have to define our target audience. Who doesn't work anymore? We've got to drill it down even further and get into the details. So more than just who, what is my target audience? And that's what we're going to define today. Or at least I'm going to point you in the right direction as you are accomplishing this objective and defining your target audience. Who and what is your target audience? You're going to have to answer those two questions. Coming to the conclusion that doctors are your target audience, that's not enough. Or coming to the conclusion that dentists are your target audience. Again, that's the who. Or coming to the conclusion that housewives are your target audience. Once more, that's still not enough. We need to drill down. We need to get into the what, the specifics, the details. Because rest assured, Google, Facebook, and so many other organizations or social media platforms are grabbing this information. Platforms like Google, Facebook, YouTube, and many other platforms out there are collecting this data. And this data helps them to populate the information that you're looking for. For instance, if you ask a question, where is the doctor's office in my local city? You're going to get several options in regards to being your local doctor's office. But if you drill it down even further, ask a more detailed question, perhaps, how far is General Hospital from my local city? And then you're going to get even more detailed than where is a local hospital in my city. So the more you ask pertinent questions, more detailed, more exacting questions, if you will, rather than where is the local hospital. Now I have a name of a hospital, and now I'm going to get more exacting information, perhaps even to the point where how far that hospital may be from your town or from your exact address. So it's going to be very important, once more, is to get into the details. Who and what is your target audience? So let's look into this. One of the things that you can do that I've done, actually been led to do, and wasn't aware of this before, but here is something that you can do. You can create an avatar. An avatar is a fictitious character that you or I will create to develop our target audience. Again, not just the who, but the what. What are we looking for in our target audience? Okay, so we're moving away from who, we're drilling this down even further. So once more, what are we looking for in our target audience? Because we want to make sure that our product reaches that target audience, or our ad reaches that target audience. Any kind of posting, video, podcast that we may do, we want to make sure that we're using the appropriate keywords in regards to what our target audience is looking for. We want to make sure that we're able to find our target audience. Again, language is going to be the connection and connecting with our target audience. If you and I are not speaking the language, rest assured, it's the same as if we've created this product all over again. As I mentioned in the very beginning, we created this product and we're now trying to sell it to everybody. And as I've learned from experience, or perhaps you've learned from experience, that doesn't work anymore. All right. It never was going to work, because once more, as a new entrepreneur, that was my hope. And perhaps that was your hope. But now as we've matured, grown up, learned more about this marketing and promoting our ideas and services and products, we're now getting more keen on certain things and deciding, say, wait a minute, or at least coming to the understanding that we can't sell to everybody. And it's not that your idea, your service or product is not so wonderful, but the idea is that everyone may not be for your product and your product may not be for everyone. And that's okay. So that's why we are talking about defining our target audience. Who and what is my target audience? That's what we're talking about today. Again, guys, my name is Curtis Brooks. I am the host of Brand Talk with Curtis. And once more, welcome if you are just joining us. Again, we are talking about who is my target audience. We have defined the who being that is a segment, that is a group of individuals. I like wheat bread. Wheat bread could be just a segment, but if we want to break it down further, we want to get into the details of it, then we're going to talk about the what about wheat bread. So the what actually separates the who if you will. The what actually defines who you're talking about. It's the details of a story. It's the details about the wheat bread. It's the details about your target audience, that target individual, that targeted group that you're working for. The what is the details of the wheat bread, if you will. The what is the details about that group that you like. The what is the details about the baseball or football team that you like. And in the same fashion, what is the detail about your targeted audience? So let's dig into that. Once more, we've already talked about who. Now let's look at the what. What is the detail? Details are what we need to define. And so often, details really are the working engine of all of this, of anything, if you will. It's not just enough to say, I like a blue car. It's not just enough to say, oh, I like baseball. But what is it that you like about this blue car? What is it that you like about this baseball team? What is it that you like about your target audience? And that's what we have to define. Why do you want to connect with this target audience? Perhaps this target audience understands certain things that you are bringing to the marketplace. But in order to connect with that target audience that you like, you must define that target audience. And in defining that target audience, you're going to need to create an avatar. And an avatar is a fictitious individual, fictitious customer, but it is essentially the what. It is the what of the who. Again, segmenting that group, get it into the details of that group or the segment that you are looking for, that industry, if you will. Okay, so you may be a professional who wants to tap into a certain industry. Okay, well, it's not enough to just say who, what industry you're looking for. It's important to tap into the different groups or segments within that industry, then dive into the what about that industry. Okay, drilling down even further into individual customer. What does your individual customer look like? What does she or he look like? Where do they shop at? What books do they read? What income bracket do they fall in? Those things are going to be very important, guys, as we are working our way to eventually connect with our customer. Again, it's not just about saying who is my customer. I know who my customer is, but we must define that. Rest assured, Google, McDonald's, Target, any of these other major brands, they know their customer. Everyone doesn't like Walmart for various different reasons. And everyone doesn't like Target for various different reasons. But Target connects with a certain kind of client or customer, and Walmart connects with a certain kind of customer. Income wise, same thing with Target. Income wise, education wise, once more, all kinds of different reasons. Target, rest assured, or Walmart, Amazon, any of these major companies, they have a target audience. And it makes it that much more important for us to know that it is absolutely essential for us to have a target audience, target customer, if you will. Not just who, but defining who that segment or that group is by what. My assignment for you is to hop on Google, fire that computer up or iPad, mobile device, and search for customer avatar. And what you'll find is a plethora of documents that are going to ask all kinds of different questions about the ideal customer you're looking for. And do yourself a favor. Print it so that you have a copy for yourself, obviously. Print out several copies. Download the document to your hard drive and save it for yourself. And begin working on that document. Again, we're talking about creating a customer avatar for your ideal customer. And ideally, you can have several different avatars. You can have an avatar for a housewife. You can have an avatar for a person who's in mid-level management. You can have an avatar for a person who's an executive. You can have an avatar for a male at a certain age. You can have an avatar for many different professions. But the goal of creating an avatar is that you want to drill down into your group or your segment and connect with that ideal customer. Because once more, your product is not going to be for everybody, and everyone is not going to be for your product. So that's why it becomes absolutely essential to drill down within that segment or that group and get to the what part of it, get to the meat of what you're looking for so that you can define it. And rest assured, you will be able to take that information, create a Facebook ad with it. You will be able to take that information and do a podcast, live stream, any kind of pre-recorded video. Your email marketing campaigns will be that much more effective because now you know who your audience is and you know what your audience is, meaning that you've drilled it down as far as you would like to drill it down. Again, the more information you have, the more targeted your Facebook post, videos will work for you, your live streams, your email marketing campaigns will work for you that much more effective. Once more, your product is not going to be for everyone, and everyone is not for your product. So, as I said before, hop on Google, create a search or put in a search for a customer avatar, and you should get all kinds of ideas or documents that are going to be available for you to create that customer avatar. Here's something what I did. My avatar, her name is Shannon Thornton. She is 43 years old. She is from Chicago and a host of other things. She is in mid-level management. She's making from $95,000 to $110,000. She has 3 children. She has a BA in business admin. My point is that you're going to have to be this detailed in the creation of your customer avatar. What does your customer look like? Because rest assured, if you don't know what they look like, you can't market to them. This is not some genius philosophy. This just makes sense. If you don't know who your customer is, or you don't know what your customer is, the easy part is knowing who your customer is. But the what part is defining that customer, drilling it down even further. Does this customer have a name? What does she look like? How old is she? Is she married? What does she read? Where would I be able to locate this customer? Perhaps at Starbucks, Macy's, Nordstrom's. These are all the different things that you would need to answer. And it's about the what. The what is going to define your customer. The what is going to connect you with your customer. The what is going to put you in front of your customer. The what is going to essentially deliver your customer to you. Because if you can define your customer, you can find your customer. All right? So, and try not to keep this podcast too long. We're about maybe 20 minutes, I believe. Haven't really been paying attention. But here's the thing. As we're wrapping it up here, do yourself a favor. Make sure you know who and what is your target audience. That's where you're going to find the perfect customer for your product. And as a good friend of mine said, Mr. R.L. Chance, he is a Navy veteran. He says, as we are going about doing our marketing, we must not be like a terrorist and try to market our products, or as you're shooting that weapon and tearing and destroying up everything and wasting your money on poor advertising and just not knowing who you're shooting at, and again spending money on things that really are not within your reach because you haven't defined them. But as we take our positions up and we begin to become wiser and more knowledgeable and defining our customer, we can become like a sniper and know that we're not wasting our resources and trying to connect with everyone, and only to find out that everyone is not for our product once more, and our product is not for everyone. But as we wise up in this marketing business, we become like snipers, and our resources are that much more valuable to us because we've learned how to target our resources appropriately and eventually connect with that customer, build our brand, and build our business. And eventually, we learn how to trade time for money. Guys, this has been absolutely wonderful. It has been a great show. Thank you for allowing me to be in your space at this time. My name is Curtis Brooks. I am the technical director with Curtis Brooks Media Productions, and this has been Brand Talk with Curtis. Thank you. Until next time, we'll talk with you later. Ciao.